Hello, I'm Philip Stoten for ScoopTalk. I'm here at Apex 2017 in San Diego, and I'm joined by three gentlemen to discuss the topic of robotics. We have Alex from Siemens PLM software, Kevin is from Simplimatic, and Glenn is from Universal Instruments.
Yes.
Guys, thanks very much for joining me. Perhaps if I can start with you, Glenn. You're very used to the environment of the SMT factory floor and all the processes that go around that, box build, all those different elements. How are you seeing people start to think more about robotics in that environment?
So what we're seeing is that, and I mentioned this in another interview, the world is really moving away from your standard surface mount, printed circuit board, assembly application for electronics. Okay, IoT and things like that are driving a complete new generation of form factors and processes for electronics assembly. And that means your standard surface mount machine, it's either got to adapt or die. Right? It's either going to work, be something that can be flexible enough to work in these new types of assembly operations, or it's going to go away and, of course, be replaced by some other piece of equipment that can do that type of stuff. So at Universal, what we're focusing on is actually both of those things, taking the core architecture that we have in a surface mount XY gantry platform and continuing to evolve that to address these emerging IoT-based processes and form factors. At the same time, coming out with new platforms that really focus not necessarily on speed, but on the flexibility to do these odd types of assembly operations that are required.
Okay, almost like a custom robotics area.
Yeah, but not a custom. It's a standard platform with customized tooling.
Yeah.
Okay, as opposed to a full custom solution.
Yeah, absolutely. And from your point of view, Kevin, when you look at it from a hardware solutions point of view, are you seeing some of those robots come out of their cages and find their way in amongst the people?
Yeah, certainly. Simplimatic Automation, I guess we are a robotic integrator for FANUC, KUKA, and Universal Robots, and we're really seeing a giant push in the collaborative arena. With that, FANUC just recently introduced the CR7, the CR4, and their CR35, which are these bright green machines that are breaking their cages, and they're really getting out there and working directly with the manufacturers themselves. So we're really happy to be a part of that, and we're really happy to automate some of those back-end processes for our electronics customers. Everything from box building all the way to palletizing. So we can kind of come in there and help out. So
and from your point of view, Alex, you're putting together the back-end software to kind of hold all this together, the glue. What are you seeing in terms of demand and requests? What are people asking for, and how are you meeting those challenges?
Well, first of all, I totally agree with Kevin. There is a big push towards automation, coming out of the automotive, which is the test case for everything, and there is a big push in the electronics market. So we do feel great interest from our customers what software solutions we can bring them so that they can plan, simulate, and offline validate the systems they are building, both in terms of the assemblability of the products and also in terms of safety for the human workers which are working around the robots. So these software tools are kind of crucial in the process of planning such lines. Of course, also talking about gathering information from the shop floor and implementing it, looking back into the design phase. And this is also very important, and this is the trends we are looking at and the solutions we are striving at. And we are also cooperating with some startups in the area which enable complex assembly tasks, automation, which just a couple of years ago were not possible, but using advanced technology like force, torque, sensing, vision systems, this enables this to happen currently.
Yeah, I mean, there's some interesting trends in the terms of technology that's helping you to do this, and two of the key ones that I've noticed, particularly this year, is augmented reality and artificial intelligence. They kind of play together quite well, and for me, they're going to become part of not just the SMT line, but the whole manufacturing process. Are you working in that area, Glenn?
Yeah, we are. I had a great opportunity, about maybe 2 months ago, to actually put on my first set of augmented reality headsets. That was a prototype of a next generation product, and the purpose for my engaging with that supplier, it wasn't necessarily in that case to think about how we were going to utilize it, but rather how are we going to assemble all the electronics that goes into that thing. Okay, so that was the purpose of the meeting. But in the process, what I realized is an AR headset is going to be an absolutely fantastic thing, to help humans. It's a way to help automate, right, or to help us be more efficient and more effective in whatever thing we're doing, right, in terms of in industrial applications. So I see AR having a really spectacular future, actually as a professional tool, to help people in their jobs, not just as a fun thing for the kids to play with.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting. It's the gaming industry that's developed that AR and actually some of that artificial intelligence and has got that super computing power to do it. As we enter this augmented age, if you like, what do you think that means in terms of the relationship that humans and automation have on the shop floor? I like to imagine there's a kind of a cooperation where they're learning from each other, and there's backwards and forwards.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's really, really great to see humans interacting directly with automation in manufacturing, because ultimately companies need to start looking in that direction. I feel as though if they don't adopt it, they're going to be left behind. So I know from an integration standpoint, it's going to be really important for us to work with our customers as well as other companies like yours to really try to ensure that our customers are fully aware of what options are out there and what robotic solutions we can deliver for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the most important thing.
Yeah, and when we look at that from a software point of view, it kind of goes to a whole other level, doesn't it? When the systems you're building are actually learning and developing solutions themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Kevin. A great question. Well, we are already active in this space for a few years. We already have use cases like, for example, visualization of work instructions for a shop floor operator, or validating a workplace before you assemble it, so that everything is ergonomic and reachable and workable. And in terms of automation, of course, there is a whole entire world of opportunities there. We have a demonstration here in our booth, visualizing Universal Robot Station assembling a PLC. We already do that. This is something that is being pushed by our customers in order, being able to collaborate and to visualize their design in a, let's say, more realistic way, so that they can examine exactly what's the design looks like, and they optimize it, on the fly on the shop floor. So
it's fascinating, isn't it? I think we're moving to not just a collaborative world, but to a connected world where all of those technologies happen simultaneously, and they're coming at us pretty fast now. So I think this year should be an exciting year in terms of technology. Gentlemen, thanks for sitting down and chatting to me. Really interesting conversation, and I look forward to updating on it again next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.